Hey guys, in this video we're going to go over how coldzera plays Ivy on train, so let's get started. So typically at the start of the round, coldzera is going to throw a piece of utility at the end of Ivy. So in this round he throws a smoke, and then he gives a little jump spot towards Olaf to see if anybody's crossed over before falling back. Here in this round, once again, he's going to toss a smoke at the end of Ivy, and then he's going to creep up on the right side close towards server. And the thing is about creeping up closer towards servers, you get information on whether the terrorists are there. So here in this round, he can hear Kerrigan's footsteps as he approaches towards server, and because of that, he's going to drop a nade before falling back. Here in this round, you can see that he's going to throw a Molotov at the end of Ivy, and then he's actually going to see these smokes from the terrace, the sandwich smoke, and he's going to throw a nade behind it. As very typically, terrorists will, when they throw these smokes, they kind of approach behind the sandwich smoke and just get ready to be pop flashed. So coldzera is throwing a nade to do damage to them. In this particular round though, Nico actually cleared it out himself, so Nico's taking the damage. And then he's going to throw a smoke at the end of Ivy. Here in this round, we're going to see that he's going to drop a smoke at the end of Ivy and actually play close towards server. And in this round, he's going to stay a little bit longer as he doesn't hear anything from the terrace. So the longer that you stay behind server, the more information you kind of get from the terrace. So sometimes teams like to do a slower approach towards Ivy. You're going to be able to hear all of that if you stay closer towards server. Here in this round, you're going to see that he's going to throw a Molotov at the end of Ivy. And when he throws this Molotov, he actually hears that Kerrigan's approaching him, so he's going to drop a smoke right away behind server. And he's just going to hold the smoke just a little bit as Kerrigan tries to surprise him by pushing through the smoke, but coldzera gets the better of him. Here in this round, you're going to see him drop a smoke at the end of Ivy, play close towards server, and then he's actually going to hear these two players approaching him. And because of that, he's going to start falling back right away. He doesn't really want to take that fight. When you stay close towards the server area, the one thing to note is that when you fall back, it's very important to be silent about it. So here you're going to see that coldzera is going to crouch away and then throw a nade as he falls back. Here's another example where he's going to crouch away, and the whole reason why you don't want to give away when you're falling back from server is because if you start running as you start falling back from server, you give the potential for a terrorist who might be behind the smoke to start spamming you. You don't want to give them that kind of sound cue, or even the fact that you've even played server in this particular round. So that's why you always want to leave server silently. So here in this round, we're going to see that the terrorists throw a smoke behind the green train, and coldzera's reaction to this is basically to smoke off Ivy. And the whole idea is that you want to block utility, or you want to use the utility to block Ivy so that the terrorists don't really want to push the utility while you focus on holding towards outer. So in this particular round, coldzera, now that he's thrown that utility towards Ivy, he can now focus on his efforts on fighting towards outer. We're going to see something similar here again. His teammates have actually thrown the smoke at Ivy, but as the terrorists start executing towards the outer site, he's going to drop a Molotov in front of Ivy. And then as he sees that second smoke towards green train, once again, he's going to throw another smoke towards Ivy, effectively blocking off any Ivy lurk that could come out during this outer hit, so he can focus all of his efforts on fighting outer. So this is something that coldzera will typically do when he falls back. He'll just jiggle peek this angle like this to get information on the terrace. So once again, you can see this here. Sometimes he'll do this with a Molotov. So in this particular round, you're going to see that he's going to jiggle peek with a Molotov. And the one thing to note is that when he actually throws this Molotov though, he actually falls back a little bit to bounce it off this wall, so it lands right at the entrance. And the reason why he does it this way instead of just chucking it in like this is because the first reason is that he doesn't want to give an opportunity for the terrorist to kill him as he's throwing the Molotov. And the second thing is that he's throwing this Molotov for when the terrorists actually commit. So he doesn't, he wants them to basically push into the Molotov when they're committing. So that's why he's throwing it off like this. So in this round, we're going to see that he's going to fall back towards this passive angle like this. It's very common that he'll use this angle. Here we're going to see Kerrigan and Frozen basically get ready to peek towards the backside of Ivy, and he's able to get these two kills. And the reason why the spot works so well is because when players get towards this area here, they're typically expecting that the CTs can be playing towards the back steps or even old bomb train. They're not quite expecting that somebody's just going to be playing wide like this in the angle that coldzera is playing. Here in this round, you're going to see that he's playing this angle once again, but he actually has teammates towards outer who are going to be taking contact on Ivy. So as soon as they take contact, coldzera, he's going to be swinging out to get those two kills. Here in this round, you can see how he deals with the lurk smoke. So Kerrigan's actually throwing a lurk smoke at the end of Ivy, and notice how coldzera, he's not really straight up peeking the smoke. He's just peeking periodically for the potential that there's some kind of gap or some kind of exploit that the terrorists are trying to use over the smoke. He doesn't want to give him a stationary target. Here in this round, we're going to see that they've actually thrown a closer smoke towards the left side of Ivy. And what coldzera is going to do is you're going to wait for NiKo to make contact first at Ivy before peeking out. So in this round, you can see that NiKo takes contact, and then coldzera, she's just going to kind of peek behind the smoke. If NiKo went down here, coldzera definitely would have peeked this a lot sooner. This is a nice off angle that coldzera usually likes to use. And the whole idea behind this off angle is that it's in between this angle and the very corner. So coldzera is trying to catch the terrorist off guard when they're transitioning between checking this spot and checking this spot. He's kind of in between the two angles. Here, once again, we can see him using this angle. And this is a closer angle that coldzera usually likes to use as well. And the whole idea behind using this closer angle is that it actually allows him to be closer so that his teammates can throw a flash for him. So here, Brokey throws a flash for him, allowing him to clear Ivy out. This is an angle towards Hell that coldzera likes to use. This is something he'll use maybe twice a half, as it kind of just switches things up from him. Rather than him playing towards his backside, sometimes he'll play towards Hell and allow him to be closer towards his teammates. As you can see, he has one player towards Sandwich and one player towards E-Box. He can help them more easily. And this is a nice little off angle that he'll like to use towards the back green train. And notice in this round, the terrorists are actually planting the bomb at B, and he's actually a little bit slow to rotate. And the whole reason for this is because it's very common that when the terrorists do a B hit, there's an Ivy lurk that comes out here. So coldzera, he's taking his time just a little bit to ensure that this lurk isn't coming out before he rotates towards the B site. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked what you saw, please like and subscribe for more future content. Thanks again. I'll see you guys in the next one.